All right, today I'm going to continue my discussion on New Year's resolutions and why I think they're a waste of time. As I said, 8% of people actually follow through with New Year's resolutions, and 80% of people have given up by February. So, in the first video, we talked about the first step of my L.I.D principle, which is leverage. So, a reason why people don't follow through with resolutions is because they don't really get leverage on themselves and create a powerful why to get them to follow through. After a few weeks, as we said, they're already done with it. They already forgot about it. It's not that important to them. It's not a must for them. So, like I said, you need to ask questions on why it's important for you, why it's a must. What is it going to mean for you if you do and don't follow through with this goal? How's it going to make you feel? What emotions are you going to feel when you achieve this goal? And that's the first powerful step on getting yourself to take action and follow through with this. So step two, we're going to talk about the I in L.I.D is interrupt. So it's very important to interrupt your negative patterns, negative thoughts. We all have them. No one's immune. We've had these beliefs set in the back of our mind since we were kids. So how do we change that? Well, we have to think about things. You probably read in the Bible, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So we need to work on these things. Ephesians 5:16 says, take advantage of every opportunity. So we need to stop this letting our minds take over and doing things like snacking when we're not hungry. And we need to interrupt these patterns. So we can do these in a number of ways. For me, one of the best ones I saw during COVID was people put a sign on the refrigerator that said, shut the door, you're not hungry. That's an interrupt. That interrupts your pattern. You read that, like, yeah, I'm really not hungry. I should probably close the refrigerator and get back to work. For me, things like just saying stop when you have these negative thoughts and these beliefs come up, like, oh, I'm not good enough. Am I worthy of this? Say stop. Just remember what the Bible says, how you are worthy, you are loved, you are a son of the Most High, and that will help you. So that's the second most important part of it. So you need to just remember that every time these thoughts and behaviors come up, in this first step, you've understood how to create leverage. So that helps you into recognizing these negative patterns. So that way you can do something to stop that pattern and get to a better one. Remember, we talked about in the first video the idea that we're going to go away from pain and go towards pleasure. So you need to use that as well. That fact, I just mentioned is very powerful into giving us leverage and interrupting our pattern. Because if we can determine this is a bad behavior we don't want, all you have to do is just associate more pain with that so you'll stop doing it. And then think about the pleasure you'll get when you achieve what you want to achieve in these healthy goals. And that will help you be well on your way. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about the third very powerful principle or step in this principle to make sure that you follow through on these goals that you're setting. I like to call them goals. I don't like to call them New Year's resolutions because it just has, in my mind, a very negative connotation with it since no one follows through with it. They just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then they just fall off in a couple of weeks. So tomorrow we're going to talk about that. So I'll see you then.